Once upon a time, there was a beautiful pond in the middle of a dense forest, so clear that the sky's reflection was visible in its water. The pond was surrounded by lush green grass and colorful flowers, with tall trees casting their shadows over the water. A cool, refreshing breeze always flowed around the pond, making it a serene and sacred place for all the creatures of the forest, as it was their only source of water. 3 frogs lived in this pond. They had been there since they were young and had become close friends over time. They spent their days playing in the calm waters, hunting small insects, and living peacefully. Although their personalities were different, their friendship was so strong that they were inseparable. The first frog, named Mani, was very timid. He was extremely sensitive and easily frightened by the smallest things. If he felt any disturbance in the water, he would hide in a corner of the pond. Mani always thought he couldn't face any challenges and was constantly afraid of failure. The second frog, named Mohan, was somewhat brave, but his lack of self-confidence kept him from taking on big tasks. He would start with enthusiasm but give up when things got tough. Mohan's habit of doubting himself prevented him from completing any significant tasks. The third frog, named Monty, was completely different. Monty was full of self-confidence and had unwavering faith in his abilities. He never gave up, no matter how difficult the situation. Monty's confidence made him stand out among his friends. One day, heavy rain fell in the forest, causing the pond's water to rise. Water was everywhere, and the pond started connecting with the nearby streams, flooding the surrounding area. The 3 frogs sat at the edge of the pond, watching the scene unfold, unsure of what was going to happen next. When the rain stopped, a large rock fell near the pond. The rock was so big that it blocked the water flow of the pond. Gradually, the water level in the pond began to decrease, threatening the lives of the small aquatic creatures that lived there. The decreasing water level posed a danger to the pond's ecosystem. The 3 frogs realized that if they did not do something, the pond would dry up, endangering their lives as well. Mani, looking at the rock, started trembling with fear. He said, "This rock is too big. We will never be able to move it. We should run away before the pond dries up." Fear was evident in his voice, and he immediately tried to hide at the edge of the pond. Mohan, too, looked at the rock with worry lines forming on his face. He said, "I think we should try, but I don't think we'll be able to move it. This task is too difficult." There was doubt in Mohan's voice, but he gathered some courage and tried to push the rock. However, after some time, when the rock didn't budge, Mohan gave up and decided to sit by the pond's edge, just like Mani. Monty, looking at the rock, had a sparkle of confidence in his eyes. He said, "If we give up now, the pond will dry up, and our lives will be in danger. I will move this rock no matter what." Monty's words were filled with determination and self-belief. Without wasting any time, he started pushing the rock with all his might. Monty began clearing the area around the rock, hoping it would make moving it easier. His hard work and confidence didn't let him tire out. He kept pushing the rock relentlessly, and finally, the rock began to shift a little. Monty's efforts continued, but the rock had not yet completely moved. He looked at his friends Mani and Mohan and said, "You two should help me too. Together we can move this rock. We just need to believe in ourselves." Mani, still fearful, said, "I don't think I can do it. I'm too weak." His voice was filled with doubt and fear. Mohan, hesitating, said, "I think this task is very difficult, but I'll try." Monty smiled and said, "We all have strength within us. We just need to overcome our fears and work together." Encouraged by Monty, both Mani and Mohan gathered courage and started helping Monty push the rock. All 3 frogs used all their strength to push the rock. Mani's worries and fears gradually began to disappear, and he too pushed with all his might. Mohan, who initially had doubts, was now fully energized and focused on moving the rock. Their combined efforts bore fruit. Slowly, the rock started to move, and after some time, it was finally removed from the pond's waterway. As soon as the rock was removed, the water began to flow again, bringing life back to the pond. The small aquatic creatures, which had been suffering due to the lack of water, were happy once more. The 3 frogs jumped with joy. Mani, who was once the most timid, now understood that by overcoming fear and believing in oneself, any challenge can be faced. Mohan, who always doubted himself, now realized that nothing is impossible if you believe in yourself. And Monty, who had saved the pond with his confidence, became even more self-assured and motivated.
After this event, the lives of the three frogs changed dramatically. Monty, who used to hide in fear, had now become brave. He was no longer afraid to face challenges. This new mindset made him a strong and confident frog, capable of standing firm in any situation. Mohan, who always doubted himself, had now gained confidence. He learned that believing in oneself is the most important thing. Now, instead of giving up before even starting, he approached every task with enthusiasm and determination. This new attitude made Mohan more courageous and impactful. Monty, who had always considered self-confidence a part of his life, became even more inspired. He realized that when people work together, no task is impossible. Monty's confidence deepened, and he resolved to always help other creatures in the forest along with his friends. The three frogs became the protectors of the pond. They decided that they would always work together to safeguard the pond and the forest. Now, they were no longer afraid of any problem because they believed in themselves.